So, looking at your report, Austin, first things first, don't panic. Your first steps to taking back your health, and this is big, and big is an acronym for building a better future, adopting an integrative approach to your wellness through functional medicine, and gaining an understanding that your health begins with food. I'm noticing that you have quite a colorful blend on your cheeses. Let me ask you, do you eat a lot of cheese?
I've intuitively learned not to eat that much cheese, but when I do, I definitely pay for it still.
Okay, so when you say you pay for it, what do you normally have for symptoms?
Usually, bloating is like
Okay.
the first symptom to hit, and then a gassy belly, and that comes in about, I'd say, 8 to 10 hours after I have an exposure to some sort of cheese.
Your report is set up like a stoplight. Red indicates severe intolerances with noticeable symptoms. Yellow is moderate intolerances with possible symptoms. And green is mild intolerances that may be asymptomatic to you. And everybody has a variety of each. Okay, so here is the Dr. Ruth truth. You definitely have some issues with the enzymes in cheeses. And I get that information from the blue cheese, the brie cheese, the Swiss cheese, the Gruyere cheese. Those are all cured cheeses, hard cured. And the enzymes that come with them, even though it might be a soft cheese, it still has to be cured hard with a coating. So, right here on the back side of that sheet going down, there's an empty space. And as you do your elimination diet and you start adding things back in, if you notice a symptom, write that symptom down next to the item that you added back in. Kind of looking at your flavor enhancers and food dyes. Yep, you have the rainbow. So I'm not even going to bother going there.
Okay.
So yeah, I would just stay away from anything that has a food dye. Um, because food dyes are not inherently good for you anyway. Food dyes are created to make food look more appealing for you. Okay. If you have to make a food look appealing, why would you want to eat it?
It's probably true.
Now I'm looking at your fruits, and your fruits, aside from a couple really big ones, look really good. Those finger fruits are wonderful because if you're on the road, grabbing a couple cherries out of a bag are good. Grabbing a couple grapes out of a bag are good.
Perfect.
It's a perfect travel food, but it's also really good for you because they're water based and they help with hydration as well. So, well, you can't take the doctor out of Dr. Ruth, but you do have some challenges as well. And so I see bananas and I see kiwis and I see strawberries. Those are all level 2 for you. If you have level 2 or level 3 conditions or combinations of items that are related, it's really worth understanding and considering that you might have an allergy developing or a sensitivity that is extreme. So I don't want to know about your BVDs, but I want you to think about your underwear challenges. Anything with elastic, Band-Aids, do you get a reaction with the Band-Aid on your skin? If you have something, an elasticized waist around it and that touches your skin, these
Wow.
conditions that might warrant further exploration for a potential latex allergy.
Do you believe that if I can cut these fruits out of my diet, that can assist the buildup of, I guess, this potential allergy?
In most cases, that would be a yes. But in cases like latex allergies or bee allergies, you're dealing with a condition, a potential condition known as anaphylaxis. And
Mhm.
anaphylaxis is a systemic shutdown of your body because of a reaction, an immunoglobulin reaction, which is an allergic reaction. If you have a sensitivity, chances are you're going to have some sort of reaction if you continue this. So avoiding it like the plague is good, but having the information documented on the 5 Strands report would be a good thing to take to your provider. And it would be a good thing to talk to your provider and say, my body has a sensitivity to these types of things. And the referral consultant that spoke to me mentioned that you might want to test me for an allergic reaction because a latex allergy and a bee allergy or a wasp allergy is one of the few allergies where you have no prodromal symptoms or you have no forewarning. So you could have like a mild red spot one time, or you can have a full anaphylactic reaction.
Wow.
Then we have dairy and protein. So these sensitivities can tie into environmental issues, protein challenges, enzyme and digestive issues, possible mineral and vitamin deficiencies, possible amino acid deficiencies in the body, and possible neurotransmitter imbalances in the brain. They're all tied together. Look at the ingredients list. It should say cream and salt.
Okay.
I prefer salted butter for many patients. If they have salt issues, then obviously we look for unsalted. But fresh sweet cream is probably the best thing. And the less ingredients on that label, the better it is for you. A perfect example is orange juice. If you have a problem with preservatives, but you don't have a problem with a certain acidic based agents, then what that means is boxed orange juice or canned orange juice, like frozen concentrate, might not be your friend. But if you were to take a fresh orange and you were to squeeze it in the morning, that might be something that you could have. We're also going to look at grains and nuts. And these sensitivities can tie into environmental issues, certain protein challenges, certain enzyme and digestive issues, possible mineral and vitamin deficiencies, possible amino acid deficiencies, neurotransmitter imbalances. So when I'm looking at your report, I'm seeing quite a few red flags. Those all have gluten in them. Even corn can have gluten.
Ate a lot of those.
Yeah. And gluten intolerances or gluten sensitivities can show up as bloaty, that ugh feeling, that yuck feeling, that no energy feeling, weight gain, or weight loss. You have more than 2 to 3 indicators because gluten actually comes in several different forms. There are different proteins that make up gluten. And based on what I'm seeing here, I'm going to jump ahead and I'm going to look into your miscellaneous and I'm going to see soy sauce. Soy sauce is a red. That's a condiment that is used in Chinese foods. So if you eat Chinese food, chances are you have some bloaty symptoms afterwards.
I think I had that last week and that didn't settle all that well.
Okay. And add that to the fact that when we look at your grains, we see brown rice, white rice, and wild rice. You hit on 2 out of 3 of them. So we can comfortably say that you might have some sensitivities with gluten and gluten intolerances. And this means that you really need to eliminate gluten and a lot of grain-based products from your diet.
So my question is, if I have to remove a lot of these grains from my diet, because that is a big staple in my diet, um, do I eliminate all of them and find, a complete replacement for it? Will I become deficient in any of the, value that some of these grains provides, or are they just causing more harm at this point than they are even good?
Well, that actually brings about the age-old question, which came first, the chicken or the egg?